La Suegra. This is their traditional hot sauce. So I just reviewed this company's habanero sauce, and it was exactly what I was hoping it would be. A traditional Hispanic style sauce featuring and highlighting the habanero pepper. You get some habanero flavor. You get that strong habanero heat with some Hispanic influence behind it. So this is their traditional, going to be much less heat, I would surmise. But they were offering free bottles of this with the purchase of the habanero. So that was kind of what intrigued me. But I'd never heard of this company, and then it just came across my feed or something. And I'm a sucker for traditional Hispanic style sauces. Those are my favorite, kind of sauces to utilize. So I figured, I looked into the company, and I was like, I think that habanero sauce is going to be good. And it was. So score, so we got, they sent me an extra bottle of this too. So I actually have 3 of these they gave me for free. Water, California chili, salt, guajillo chili, fresh garlic, acetic acid, arbo chili, sodium glutamate, xanthan gum, cumin, oregano, capsaicin, citric acid, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, bay leaf, and something else I really can't pronounce. So the ingredients not the greatest, baby, but what are you gonna do? Decent looking label. Again, I like the Hispanic colors, I don't know. It's a plastic bottle. Nice. Like I said, the habanero sauce was good. It was exactly what I wanted it to be, So let's see what we're working with this. And I like the use, well, it says in there toward the bottom, which I read, capsaicin, right? So, that's the active ingredient, right, in chili peppers that makes it hot, is the capsaicinoids and everything. But this just says capsaicin. So, just based on that, I can't tell if that's, an extract. Usually it would say something else after that if it was like an extract. So I'm not sure, but, can't get much of a smell, a little bit, but the plastic label here just kind of, or the plastic cap throws it off a bit. So let's see. Nice smooth texture to it. Nice easy pour out of that bottle. That's a nice thing about those kind of bottles. You can get a good pour. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be honest. That's not a sauce I would buy again. And I didn't buy it. I bought their habanero. The habanero I would buy again. Like if that was a sauce that was at my local Hispanic market, carniceria, whatever, or at somewhere local, the habanero one that is, like that's one I would keep in rotation, or I would buy, and if I needed something to take on a road trip real quick, or I was just going over to someone's house for dinner and I didn't bring something with me and I needed to stop at a grocery store or whatever, and I saw their habanero, La Suegra habanero, I would fuck with that one. This I probably would pass on this. And I kind of had a feeling, it's just, it's got that tomato watery kind of artificial, smell and kind of taste to it. Very, very little heat. It's just not it's not my style. It's just, yeah, the sodium benzenite, potassium sorbate. It's all that shit. You can taste it. You know what I mean? Yeah, EDTA antioxidant. So not great on the old labels, or the ingredients, nor the flavor. So that's too bad. Kolichi Food Company, Sinaloa. It is a bigger bottle than your typical 5 ounce. It's a 6.76 fluid ounce, so that's nice, but not great. Not great. I don't like throwing sauce out, and I'm not saying I would throw that out. It's not trash, There's probably a market for that. I mean, I've tasted other sauces like that, and they're usually something I find at a Hispanic market or something, and they're just these generic looking, watered down looking sauces. We've all seen them. I can't think of a name off the top of my head because I just avoid them, but I've tried some of them, and that's exactly what they taste like. Interesting how their traditional first sauce I really don't care for. I didn't know if I would though, but I figured it was worth a shot. But the habanero one, like I said, is good. Is a solid, had good heat and good little habanero flavor, and it was solid. So I don't know. To each his own. Somebody out there probably likes this. But again, like I said, it's not necessarily trash. It's not disgusting. It's not horrible. It's just there's so much other sauce out there that this one just doesn't hit for me. So there would be no reason for me to ever get it again. Here's the thing. This sums it up perfect. If I was going to buy more of their La Suegra habanero sauce, and they were still running the promotion where they're giving you a free bottle, or I think it was 2 free bottles of this, if you bought the habaneros, I wouldn't say don't send it, right? I wouldn't say don't send them. I would still fucking take them, and we'll figure out something to do with it in that case, right? This would be better to add into food, into something, not on top, because I don't like the flavor enough. So I wouldn't just pour this sauce on top of a taco and eat it, right? Like you could put it in your taco meat and try to enhance it that way. That's what I mean by you got to cook with this sauce for me, just because the flavor alone is just not doing it. But I'll find a way to incorporate that into some food, or throw it in some chili, throw it in some mac and cheese, might be all right. Kind of cover it up a little bit. Mashed potatoes maybe. It needs to go in something for me, like a stew, and then we would be working with something. But outside of that, not a huge fan. But they can't all be winners. But again, I don't want to come across talking shit, because I appreciate the free bottle. You know what I mean? And their habanero sauce is dank. So anyways, thanks for burning with me.